channel. In this video we'll discuss about the human brain. So basically in this video we will discuss about the left side of the brain versus the right side of the brain, and what does this mean for you guys, and which side of the brain you are. And the basic topics which we will cover in this video are how the human brain works. The next we'll talk about the left side of the brain and what are its qualities. The next we'll talk about the right side of the brain, what are its qualities, what are its features. And at last we will discuss about some tricks for making your brain sharper. So these are the main and the basic topics which we will cover in this video. So let's start. But today's video, that is the left side of the brain versus the right side of the brain. So first of all, we'll talk about how the human brain works. So as we all know that the human brain is an intricate organ at approximately 3 pounds, and it contains about 100 billion neurons and 100 trillion connections. Our brain is command central of all we think, we feel, and we do. Our brain is divided into 2 halves, or you can say 2 hemispheres. Within each half or hemisphere, particular organs, particular region control certain functions. And the 2 sides of our brain looks very much alike, but there is a huge difference in how they process information. Despite their contrasting styles, the 2 halves of your brain don't work independently of each other, and the different parts of the brain are connected by the nerve fibers. And if a brain injury is severe, the connection between sides, you should still function, but the lack of integration would cause some impairment. The human brain is constantly recognizing itself. It's adaptable to change, whether it's physical or through life experiences. It's a tailor-made for learning. Scientists continue. Next we'll talk about the left brain versus the right brain. So first of all, we'll talk about the left side of the brain, all you need to know about it. There are some theories, there are some concepts which we will also discuss with you. So let's talk about the left side of the brain. So the theory is that people are either left-brained or right-brained, meaning that one side of your brain is dominant. If you are mostly analytical and methodical in your thinking, you are said to be left brain. And if you tend to be more creative or artistic, you are thought to be right-brained. This theory is based on the fact that the brain's 2 hemispheres function differently. This first came to light in 1960s, and thanks to the research of psychologist and the Nobel Prize winner Roger W. Sperry. The left brain is more verbal, analytical, and orderly than the right brain. It's sometimes called the digital brain also. It's better at thinking like reading, writing, and computations. According to Sperry's dated research, the left brain is connected to logic, linear thinking, mathematics, facts, and thinking in words and sequencing. So this was all about the left side of the brain. Now next we'll talk about the right side of the brain, all you need to know about the right side of the brain. So the right brain is more visual and intuitive. It's sometimes referred to as the analog brain. It has a more creative and less organized way of thinking. And Sperry-stated research suggests that the right side of the brain is also connected to imagination, holistic thinking, intuitions, arts, rhythm, and non-verbal cues, feeling visualizations, and daydreaming. And we know the two sides of our brain are different, but does it necessarily follow that we have a dominant brain just as we have a dominant hand? Now you people, you guys decide whether you are left-sided brain or you are right-sided brained. So this was all about the left brain versus the right brain. Now next we'll talk about some tips to keep your brain sharp. Let's talk about those sharp tricks for your brain. So let's talk on the other side. The two hemispheres are tied together by the bundles of nerve fibers and creating an information highway. Although the two sides functions differently, they work together and complement each other. You don't use only one side of your brain at a time. Whether you are performing a logical or creative function, you are receiving input from both sides of your brain. For example, the left side brain is credited with language, but the right brain helps you understand context and tone. The left brain handles mathematical equations, but right side helps out with comparisons and rough estimates. Generally, personality traits, individual preferences, or learning styles don't translate into the notions that you are left-brained or right-brained. Still, it is a fact that the two sides of your brain are different, and certain areas of your brain do have specialities. The exact areas of some functions can vary a bit from person to person. Now let's talk about the tips for keeping your brain sharp. So according to Alzheimer's Association, keeping your brain active may help increase vitality and possibly generate new brain cells. They also suggest that the lack of mental stimulation may increase the risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Here are a few tips to keep your brain stimulated. So let's talk about those tips and tricks. So the first one is spend some time each day reading, writing, and both. Second, never stop learning. Take a class, go to lecture, or try to acquire a new skill. Third, tackle challenging crossword and Sudoku puzzles. Next, play memory games, board games, card games, and video games. And the last one is take on a new hobby that requires you to focus. In addition to thinking exercises, your brain benefits from a good physical workout. Just 120 minutes of aerobic exercise a week can help improve learning and verbal memory. Avoid junk food and be sure to get all the essential nutrients you need through diet or dietary supplements. And of course, aim for a full night's sleep. Tips for boosting creativity. If you are trying to nourish your creative side, here are a few ways to get started. First, read about and listen to the creative ideas of others. You might discover the seed of an idea you can grow or set your own imagination free. Second, try something new. Take a creative hobby such as playing an instrument, drawing, or storytelling. A relaxing hobby can help your mind wander to new places. Third, look within. This can help you gain a deeper understanding of yourself and what makes you tick. What do you gravitate towards certain activities and not others? And the last one is keep it fresh. Break your set patterns and go outside your comfort zone. Take a trip to a place you have never been. Immerse yourself in another culture. Take a course in a... And the other tips and tricks are, when you get a new ideas, write them down and work on developing them further. Second, brainstorm. When faced with a problem, try to find several ways to get a solution. Third, when doing simple chores such as washing the dishes, leave the TV off and let your mind wander to new places. The last one is rest, relax and laugh to let your creative juices flow. Even something as creative as music takes time, patience and practice. The more you practice any newly activity, the more your brain adapts to new information. So this was all about the tips and the tricks for keep your brain sharp. In this video we have discussed about left brain and the right brain. We have also discussed about how human brain work, and lastly we have discussed about some tricks and the tips for making your brain sharper and how to handle with stress, anxiety also. So that's all for today. See you guys in our next video. Till then, stay connected with us for more videos like this. Don't forget to subscribe and comment below, and yes, press the bell icon for more updates. Stay safe, stay healthy and stay tension free, and exercise and meditate every day, daily. And yes, thanks for watching our video.